Today we're going to learn about Abraham's last days and Isaac's two Shawtys, told by Kayla. Okay, so Abraham, after Sarah died and he got a wife for Isaac, was still real old, right? We talked about that. Everybody know he old. So he decided to get remarried. So he married Keturah, and then he had 6 more Shawtys. That's impressive. Just so you know, all he had was boys. And he would give gifts to like all his sons from his concubines and all that, but then he would like send them off. Okay? So when Abraham was 175, that's when he died. Living a really long and fulfilled life. Now, Abraham left everything that he had to Isaac. Everything was all about Isaac at this point. But when he died, Ishmael came to help Isaac bury Abraham. Y'all remember Ishmael, right? Abraham's first Shawty, Isaac's older brother. His mother was Hagar, the Egyptian slave, the one that Sarah was like, oh my gosh, y'all should get together. And then was like, oh my gosh, why'd y'all get together? Okay, so Ishmael came back and he helped Isaac bury Abraham. That was nice of him. He's such a good son. They buried him in that cave, the same one that he bought for Sarah, and he was with her. 2 hearts together forever. So now that we're talking about Ishmael because he came back, I might as well give you that story and that update of what happened. Basically, he got married and then he had 12 Shawtys, all sons. And those 12 boys ended up being the 12 tribal leaders, according to their settlements and their camps. Won't God do it? So Ishmael lived to be 137. And then that was nowhere near Abraham. That's a tough act to follow, though. I mean, 175 is like a lot. I hope he didn't feel like a failure because he died. Anyway, all right. Now let's go back to Isaac. Now Isaac was 40 years old when he married Rebecca. All right. And they've been married for several years and she was not popping out no Shawtys. So on her behalf, Isaac went to God and was like, dear God, what's wrong with my boo thing? Why she not knocked up yet? Love, Isaac. You know, something short and sweet. All right. So God answered his prayer, but she felt like all this jostling and stuff in her belly. Now, she had never been pregnant before to know, like, what jostling in her belly felt like. Like, why didn't she just think it was a kid? So she goes to God and she's like, God, what's going on with all the jostling in my belly? And God said, well, you're going to have 2 nations in your belly right now because you have twins. I know that's not the norm, but I have it on high authority. That is going to happen. I will tell you this. One is going to be stronger than the other, and the older is going to serve the younger. So now it's time for Rebecca to pop out these Shawtys, right? So the first one she has is a red and hairy. Like, what is that? Velvet? Hairy. Like, do you have on a sweater, hairy? Like, his hand looks like this. Like, oh my gosh, is that a bear? Hairy. Like, so hairy. So they named him Esau. Now they also called him Edom sometimes because he was red. So my guess is like Edom is Hebrew for red or something. Either that or they just wanted to name him a bunch of stuff. So now the other Shawty is coming out and he's born grasping at the heel of Esau. Now they think that that's a deceptive move. So they named him Jacob, which means he deceives. They're so shady. They don't know why he was doing it. Maybe he was grasping his heel because he was really close to Esau and he didn't want him to leave him. Maybe he thought it was a cookbook. Maybe he thought it was his mama. They don't know. They just hating on newborn babies. So now Esau was a skillful hunter, right? Like he knew the lay of the land. Like that's what he did. He went out and he like got game. And Isaac kind of could relate to that. Like he was down with that too. So he preferred Esau over Jacob. Jacob, on the other hand, like to kind of like, you know, chillax in the house over by the tents or whatever. He was kind of like a mama's boy. And so, of course, Rebecca preferred Jacob over Esau. So I guess that big thing that parents do when they tell their kids that they love them all equally was not happening in this household. So one day, Jacob is in the kitchen and he's making lentil stew, right? Doing the doggone thing. Esau, he was out hunting and got famished. So he comes in and he's like, yo, Jacob, I am famished. I'm going to need you to give me some of that stew on the right now. Jacob's like, oh, this stew? Sell me your birthright. Esau's like, what? What? Dude, I'm over here about to die. For real. First of all, that is so random. Second of all, okay, fine, because I'm hungry. And then Jacob is like, swear it to me. And so Esau swore it to him. And Jacob gave him a piece of bread and some lentil stew. And he was good. He ate, he drank, he bounced. It's kind of like Esau saw his birthright as worthless. Or maybe just worth a bowl of lentil stew with bread. That soup was probably good, though. I guess the best way to a man's heart and his birthright is through his stomach then. And that is the story of Abraham's last days and Isaac's 2 showers. Thank you.